All right, let's talk about the secret language of things. You know, that invisible code that makes some products feel just right. Well, it's not magic. It's actually a specific set of rules. And today, we're going to break down the 9 core principles that great designers use every single day.
I mean, think about it. Have you ever picked up a new phone or a tool or even a simple kitchen gadget and it just worked? It felt perfect in your hand. You knew exactly what to do without even thinking about it. So what's really behind that feeling?
Yeah, that feeling is absolutely no accident. It is the result of a deliberate, invisible language that designers use to speak to us. So let's pull back the curtain and really see what these core principles are all about. Okay, so first things first, why does good design even matter? Is it really just about making things look pretty? No, not at all. In truly great product design, how something looks is deeply, deeply connected to how it works, how you use it, and ultimately whether it succeeds or fails. Think about it like this. A well-designed product is actually easier to use because its very form guides your actions, you know? In a super crowded market, that beautiful design can be the one thing that makes it pop. It helps build a recognizable brand identity. And maybe most importantly, it forges an emotional connection that turns people who just use a product into total fans. I mean, just look at Apple, right? Their sleek, minimalist design isn't just for show. It became the absolute core of their brand identity, and let's be honest, a huge reason they dominate the market. Like the quote says, great aesthetics are a powerful, powerful competitive advantage. So, how do designers actually pull this off? Well, it all starts with a solid foundation. This first group of principles is all about creating a sense of structure, harmony, and, well, stability. And the very first principle here is balance. This is all about distributing the visual weight of all the parts of a product so that it feels stable and harmonious, not lopsided or chaotic. Now, designers can achieve this balance in a couple of ways. On the one hand, you've got symmetrical balance, where everything is mirrored. This creates a really formal, stable feeling. Think of a classic armchair. But then you have asymmetrical balance, which uses different elements that still feel correctly weighted, and that creates a much more dynamic, modern vibe. Next up, we've got proportion. This is what makes sure that all the different parts of a product just feel right together. But even more importantly, it relates the product back to us, to people. This is where ergonomics comes in, designing things to fit the human body, making them comfortable and just plain intuitive to hold and use. And the last of these foundational principles is solidity. This is really the art of making something look and feel strong and durable, but without looking clunky. It just communicates quality and reliability. You know, think of a power tool where the choice of a dense, matte plastic casing and real metal parts gives it a feeling of toughness you can trust. Yeah, that's solidity in action. Okay, so once a product feels stable and well-proportioned, what's the next challenge? It's guiding your attention. This second group of principles is all about directing your focus and creating an intuitive flow for you, the user. And this starts with something called dominance. The whole goal here is to create a clear visual hierarchy. By making one thing, say a big red power button on a piece of machinery, way more prominent, designers immediately tell you, hey, this is the most important thing to interact with. It just cuts through all the confusion. And a key tool for creating that dominance is contrast. By placing very different things right next to each other, like different colors or materials or textures, you create this huge visual impact. Think about high-visibility safety gear. That bright, almost screaming orange against a neutral background uses contrast to make it absolutely impossible to miss. And then there's gradation. This one's a much more subtle way of guiding your eye. It's a gradual change, maybe in color or shape or size. You see it in the smooth, sloping curves of ergonomic chairs that kind of guide you into a comfortable position, or in lighting that fades in or out really softly. It creates a gentle, natural flow. So we have structure and we have flow. The final piece of this puzzle is personality. This last set of principles is what gives a product its unique character and creates that really important emotional connection we talked about. And the first principle of personality is often the most powerful one: simplicity. This is all about minimalism, intentionally stripping away anything and everything that isn't absolutely essential. The result? A clean look and an interface that's often way more intuitive to use. It's true, right? When you strip away all of that visual clutter, the product's main purpose can finally shine through. The entire design becomes more focused, more direct, and ultimately way more powerful.
Next, we have dynamics. This is about making a static, unmoving object feel like it's full of energy and movement. Designers do this with streamlined forms, sweeping curves, and sharp angles. It's exactly why a sports car looks fast even when it's just sitting in a parking lot. And finally, we have rhythm. This principle uses repetition and patterns to create a sense of unity and harmony. You might see it in the texture of a product's finish or in the consistent design language across a whole family of products. It creates this feeling of predictability and cohesion that just feels right. So let's just bring this all together for a second. Great design, it starts with a stable foundation to create trust. Then, it cleverly guides our focus so the product feels intuitive. And finally, it injects a unique personality that builds a real, genuine connection with us. Structure, flow, and feeling. That's the magic formula. See? Together, these 9 principles are the bridge between cold, hard engineering and human art. They're what transform a functional object into a product we genuinely love using. So, now that you know the secret language, take a look around. What design principles can you spot in the things you use every day?